Hey guys, Churchy here. So in this guide, we are going to get ourselves 100% magic resistance. We're going to hit the 85 armor cap, and we're going to have a way to get infinite gold. We'll also, by the end of the video, have 100 alchemy, 100 conjuration, and 100 illusion skill. And all of this is going to be in about 2 to 3 hours on a new character on master difficulty. In this guide, I'll show you an alchemy farm that you can use to get as much gold as you'd like and to easily level your alchemy skill to 100 very quickly. I'll show you how to get Frostcrag Spire and unlock spellmaking and enchanting. I'll show you a fun trick to get practically free training for any skill all the way to 100. We'll set ourselves up to play on master difficulty with a focus on using illusion magic and some conjuration. We'll do some sigil stone farming to get some extra magicka and to hit the armor cap if you want to. While we're doing that, we'll also dip our toes into a couple of strategies that work nicely on master difficulty. And to finish up, I'll show you how to get a mundane ring, which has 50% magic resistance. Just by being a Breton and wearing the mundane ring, you can reach 100% magic resistance. So let's dive right into this. Alrighty guys, so here we are on master difficulty, and we have our save game, which is about 20 minutes in just from creating the character and then running through the intro. So we'll load that save now. So here we are, and we are a Breton with a Lord Birth sign, which is because Breton gives you 4 to 5 50 points of magicka, and you also get 50 points of magic resistance, 50% magic resistance, and the Lord Birth sign gives another 15%, and then you also from the Lord Birth sign get 15% shield. As far as our class, we have Alchemy, Alteration, Conjuration, Destruction, Illusion, Mercantile, and Restoration. Because, yeah, Bretons are OP, but magic and spellmaking is even more OP. So that's all good, and we're going to just get cracking straight into this. We're going to finish and exit the sewers. So basically, during the tutorial, just make sure that you grab the Novice Mortar and Pestle, and also make sure you keep your wrist irons and hold on to your wrist irons, because these are literally the only non-armor wrist item or hand item in the entire game, and we're going to need these later to enchant them. So make sure you've still got these and hold on to them. Alright, I'm actually going to bind one of my keys. I'm going to bind if I can. Yeah, okay. And then I'm just going to take that off block temporarily. Alright, well, let's get straight into this. The first thing we're going to do is basically teleport over to Kavach, and then we're going to head up here to the Shetcombe farm. Just let this guy blah blah blah. Okay, and now we can start heading over there. Now, two important things to mention here is that while we are doing this farm, it's basically a big old alchemy farm that we'll be doing, and it's going to gain us a lot of levels, and you'll end up seeing on the right side the marker saying that you've leveled up. Just make sure that you don't level up. Stay at level 1 because we're going to do our leveling up later. And it's important that you stay at level 1 so we can chain some training with the leveling. Now, the other thing to mention is that while we are doing this, if something attacks you, just summon your skeleton. And maybe, you know, hold on to the calming spell, the soothing touch. Just have those in mind. And your skeleton should be able to pretty much deal with stuff. Even on master difficulty, as long as we're staying at level 1, we should be pretty much right. So we're just going to run over to Shetcombe farm. Anyway, here we are at Shetcombe farm, and we're going to grab everything except for the pumpkins, because the pumpkins weigh a ton, so they're just not worth it. So let's do that now. And don't worry if you miss a plant or two, it's not going to matter in the long run. Okay, so that's all of that. Got all that. Yep, good. Alright, our next stop is going to be Wayne Priory, and we're going to head down the road just a touch to Odal Farm, and then we're going to, much the same, gather everything there, except for a couple of watermelons. Ooh, here we are. We got some weird graphic stuff going on, of course, when I decide to record. Alright, so Odal Farm, literally just down the road, and the marker's on the map, so you don't even need to set a marker to find it. So we'll just head on down. And here we are. Looks like performance is behaving a little bit better now. So we're going to grab everything except for the big heavy watermelons over there. Alright, sweet, and now we are done here as well because we don't need the watermelons. So next stop is going to be Skingrad. Now a little difference here is going to be that we're actually going to gather all of these grapes. On the Skingrad Alchemy farm, when we were just farming these in another video, we stopped at like 90, but this time we're going to just get them all. Alrighty, so now we've finished gathering the grapes, so we're going to travel to the Skingrad East Gate, and then we're going to pop out the gate and get some tomatoes. So we just turn around, go out the gate, then on our left here we just jump down the hill, and there is the tomatoes. Cool, alright, we've got our tomatoes, so now it's time to go into the town and basically make a bunch of potions and sell them all. Ooh, big old lightning strike. Exciting. Just pop a quick save. Making some progress. Alright, here we are, Clovian Traders, so we'll just wait for it to be a little later in the day. Alright, there we go, they're open, so we'll go on inside. And now we will smash out some potions. Alright, so let's just grab these two, restore fatigue, and now we just start spamming. And we're already at Journeyman of Alchemy, so that's cool. Cool, and we just got 4 tomatoes left, so that's fine. Alright, we'll pop a save. Now we'll talk to this guy. We'll quickly try and make him like us as much as we can. It didn't really get us anywhere, but that's fine. And we'll just haggle. And we can fiddle with this later as he starts to like us more. Yep, 60%, that's fine. I'll just sell these two. And we'll sell all of these. Alright, so now we've sold all those potions and we've got about 5k gold, and that is basically the farming run. We just have to wait 3 days in an interior cell to reset it, and we're going to run it 2 more times for a total of 3. We just run that whole route again and then make a bunch of potions, and we're going to level our alchemy, and it's going to get all the way to level 100, and we'll also get a bunch of mercantile skill, and the guy we're selling to will like us more and more, and we'll get more and more money as we go. And that's pretty much going to be step 1. Alright, so here we are, and we are basically 40 minutes in because minus 20 for the start mucking around, making the character and stuff, and it's time to move on to step 2 because basically we have reached 100 alchemy, we've got, 59 mercantile, We have 33k gold, and we're in a really nice spot. So we're basically going to set up a few things now. So we're going to start by heading over to the Mages Guild just here in Skingrad, literally across the road. Go in here and we're going to buy a Drain Illusion spell from Solinus Vacinus, but we will have to quickly join the Mages Guild first. Ah, perfect. This is who we're looking for. So we just joined the Mages Guild. Yes, I want to join. Come on down. There he is. Okay. So basically we want to buy Drain Skill. Just either of these Drain Skills. I'll just go Drain Skill Illusion. Now we've got that. That's all we needed. And now I'm going to head out here and we're going to head over to the chapel. We're basically buying these spells so that we can get access to some spell effects, those being the Drain Skill spell effect. And for this Fortify Willpower, it's so we can get a Fortify Attribute spell effect. So we'll head on in here. And I'll just check that it's after 10 AM because the guy that we want to buy from, yeah, it's after 10 AM, so that's fine. Because he'll offer his services. And it's this fella, Tomendel. Alright, and now from this guy, we just want Fortify Willpower, and that's fine. Alright, we've got that. So, now we're actually going to do a little bit of a run from the sewers where we started to go and get a power from the Steed Stone. So we're back outside now, and basically we're going to run somewhere around here. So we're going to travel over to the sewer and just pew! All right, let's go. And there's our destination right there, the Steed Stone. Because that's going to give us the Hellride power, which will then give us access to the Fortify skill spell effect, which we're going to be using in a later step in the guide. No Starstone from the Doomstone, not a worry. We just wait until nighttime. Boom. Yes. There we go, now we've got the Hellride power. Alright. So now we're going to go and get ourselves Frostcrag Spire. So we're just going to go up to Wild Ice Stables. And there it is right there. I like to tuck around the mountains, sort of going north and then east to get around there. So we're going to do that right now. And now an important step here is to actually make sure that we get the waypoint, like the fast travel point, which is actually not at the tower, it's like slightly past it, so we're actually going to go and grab that. And there we go. And now we've got that, so we can head up here. We'll get a little quest pop up. There we go. I've arrived at Frostcrag. So you can unlock the door, which I did in the other guide, but also if you just come down here, ooh, in this chest is the key. Alright, in we go. Come in, make an active quest, read the book. Alright, and now I like to wait in here until this door actually opens, because in the original Oblivion, I've had bugs before where if you don't wait for it to open, then it just doesn't open. So this is just a little safety thing. But yeah, now that that's, you know, opening up, we'll head out there in a minute and we'll go to the Mystic Emporium in the Imperial City Market District to get the Mage Teller candles so we can unlock the Altar of Enchanting and the Altar of Spellmaking. Alright, let's go. Let's go. And now we talk to Orlinway.
Greetings to you. What can I do?
And, you know, you can just make her like you or whatever.
Make it quick.
Might be worth it.
Don't try to
Cool.
That works for
And then we just go bartering and we can haggle.
I'm sure there's something.
And I'll try like 80%. That'll do. Just sort by cost to get the Mage Teller candles at the top. And we'll buy them both.
Pleasure doing.
Alright. And now we're going to just head back to Frostcrag Spire. We're going to unlock the Enchanting and Spellmaking. And we're going to make a couple of quick custom spells. Alright, we'll unlock Enchanting and we'll unlock Spellmaking. I'll pop another save here too. And now we're going to basically make a drain skill, and this first one is going to be Illusion. And it's going to be target range on self, and then magnitude 100, duration 1. And I'll just call it Eye Drain. And we'll create that. And then I'll make another one which is going to be Alteration. Same thing again. Range, self, magnitude 100, duration 1. And I'll call this one A Drain. Now we're just going to go to this portal. And then we're going to go out the door. And then we're going to teleport to the Anvil Mages Guild from these handy teleporters that we have out here at Frostcrag. So we're going to go ahead and go to Anvil, because that's our next destination. And there she is right there, the lass that we got to talk to. So now we're moving on to step 3, and this is where we're basically going to use some cheeky shenanigans with the magic, with the draining skills to basically drain our skill to 0. Because the way the training costs in this game work is that it's basically whatever the skill rank is times 10 determines the gold cost. And if our skill is 0, then there's 0 gold cost. So yeah, you can basically abuse that. If you don't want to abuse that, then to basically level from 35 to 100 illusion, like I'll be doing on this character, then basically you're going to need about 43,550 gold before you do it. But the thing is, with the gold farming route, like the Alchemy gold farm that we've just done, it's not very hard to get that much at all. So if you want to do that, that's totally fine. But we're going to do it the fun, silly, magical way. Yeah. And the other thing, the way we're going to be doing this is basically that you want to train 5 points each time before we level up. So we're going to have a lot of level ups to do, but basically we're going to train 5 points. We're going to train 5 points here, go upstairs and sleep for an hour, and then come back down and then train another 5 points and go up and sleep and level up, come back down, train 5 points, go back up, level up, and so on.
Hello, sir. Knowledge is power.
Alright, so now it's 0, and then it's 10 because we've got 1 point, you know, 1 skill in it. So, you know, but it's practically free. And there we go, illusion's up to 40.
Bye.
And now we can just head upstairs and have a snooze. And since we're a member of the Mages Guild, it's fine to do this. We just go upstairs again. Come over here, sleep for an hour. And we start leveling up. Now, I'm going to be prioritizing intelligence and endurance, and then I'll be doing like willpower, agility, and speed, basically. And then we just go back downstairs, train another 5 points of illusion, and come back up and snooze.
Hey, good to see you. Hello, sir. There's much I can show you. Be seeing you.
Okay, they're stopping for the day, so that's fine. We'll just wait for 12 hours. and then they should be up and about again. So now something interesting is going to happen, because we're going to hit 70, and usually when you get the skill to 70, we're at 70, usually then the master training stuff happens, and you have to ask for like further training. Like as you can see there, you ask about training and they give you a quest to go and find a master trainer. But because we'll be setting our skill to 0, Carrie Hill can just keep training us. Because in her mind she can just keep teaching us new things because we got 0 skill. So that's a fun quirk of this too. Alright. Boom, there we go. We've mastered illusion. And we still have level ups to do. Alright, so here we are, and we have about an hour and 6 minutes in, and we have our 100 alchemy, 100 illusion, and now we're actually going to go and train a little bit of alteration. So we got to level up again, and then we can train some more, because on this particular level we finished up by training to 100 illusion. So we're now going to head to the Chorrel Mages Guild to train some alteration. And we'll have a little snoozy there before we do. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. So we'll go to the north gate. And we'll head on into the Mages Guild. And we'll head upstairs. Although this one might be a little bit of a situation because the beds might be full. We'll go up again. Because it's night time, but that's alright because we can just wait till morning and then yeah, have a little snoozy. Let's see, is there a bed available? Yeah, see, here we go. Alright, so this one we can sleep in. So we'll just sleep for an hour and level up. Okay, so we go downstairs and we equip our A drain, our alteration drain. And then we're going to be talking to this fella, Africa. And we're going to do the same trick as last time.
What do you want?
Drain alteration, ask for training, and it's cheap as chips.
Good day.
And now we just go back upstairs and snooze. Level up. Now we're level 17. Now we'll go get a little bit more alteration training and we'll see if we level up again. And we have. Perfect, because now we can go and sleep one more time and level up. And then we can get 5 more points of training in alteration.
How about mixing up some potions? What can I do for you? Good that you want to get better.
Sweet, and we have 60 alteration. Okay, so here we are, and we're about an hour and 13 minutes into this, and now we're going to kind of start transitioning into preparing for master difficulty. And to start with, I'll mention that in the remaster, spell skills seem to level faster based on how much magicka you actually spend on casting the spell rather than how many times you cast the spell. But yeah, we're going to start by leveling Conjuration to 50, and basically we start with Summon Skeleton because we've already got Conjuration as a major skill. But if we didn't, basically this Albrecht guy, if you need to buy the Summon Skeleton spell, then you can buy it from him. But we've already got it, so. But anyway, basically we're here because while we're doing this, if we happen to level up again, which we probably won't, but then we're, you know, right near Athragar, so we can get some more alteration training if we need to. And then once you've used all your magicka, just rest for an hour. Alright, there we go. Just like that, we have reached Journeyman level Conjuration spells. Okay, so here we are, and we're about an hour and 18 minutes into this. And I'm just going to wait till, you know, about 10 AM again. So Athragar will come back downstairs because now that we have 50 Conjuration skill, we can buy a Summon Dremora spell from him, which is quite nice.
What can I interest you?
So we just want Summon Dremora, and this is going to do it for us for now.
A pleasure to...
Alright, so now that we've got our Conjuration spell sorted, we're actually going to head over to Breville to get some illusion spell effects that we need. So we'll go ahead and travel down to Breville. We're going to head straight to the Mages Guild. And there are two people in here that we need to talk to, which is Delphin and Eta.
What's new with you?
So here's Delphin, so we're going to talk to her.
The
She doesn't want to trade right now, so I'll just wait like an hour and see what she's up to.
Good day.
Alright, there we go.
Can I
Purchase
interest
some
you in
spells.
some of my wares?
Now, we already have a calm effect, but you can buy one from her if you need to from here. But we're going to get a charm effect, just going for the cheapest. And then we also want a demoralize, so we'll get this. And we'll get frenzy, so we have a frenzy effect. And now we just need to get a paralyze and an invisibility from Eta. I don't see her anywhere, so maybe we'll check the basement.
How are you?
Yep, here we go. There she is.
Eteriena's spells recharging.
Okay, so now
Only
we're going to
quality goods
purchase.
for sale here.
Basically,
What can
we'll
I
just go
interest
for
you in?
Shadow Shape because that's a cheap one. Get that invisibility effect. And then we're also going to get Debilitate. So then we have the Paralyze effect as well. Alright, so now we have a Invisibility and a Paralyze. We've got a Calm, a Charm, a Demoralize, and a Frenzy effect. So we're ready to go back to Frostcrag
appreciate
and
Take
make
care.
some custom spells. Okay, so here we are at Frostcrag, and we are like basically an hour and 22 minutes in at this point, going off this save. And yeah, we're going to make some custom spells, but first let's make one particular custom spell, and we'll make a Restore Health spell, and we're going to do 25 magnitude, duration 1, and we'll just call it 25H. And then we're going to use this to quickly train our Restoration up to 50 to get Journeyman. Just because it'll make some other stuff easier while we're making our spells. So we'll just run around here and do some healing. Alright, there we go. We've reached Journeyman level Restoration. Okay, so a couple of things that I think are worth quickly mentioning is, firstly, spell effectiveness. Now, spell effectiveness is very important on Master difficulty, especially as you reach higher levels. You need 100% because you'll be using a lot of illusion spells, and they're going to need 100% spell effectiveness to work properly. Basically, spell effectiveness, if you're wearing any armor, then it's going to lower your spell effectiveness, so you have to wear just clothing items, because if I put these boots on and I go back to my magic, you can see my spell effectiveness is 93%. Now, if you reach Journeyman rank in light armor or heavy armor, the spell effectiveness will go to 95%, but it always caps at 95%, and you can't get 100% spell effectiveness while you're wearing armor. So, we'll take those off again, and we're back at 100%. Okay, so the other part of this is basically that on the illusion spells, you're going to want 100 magnitude. This is on all the spells that you'll be targeting things with, or like casting on NPCs basically. That's because basically for every 4 points of magnitude, it's one NPC level, so 100 is 25. But the thing of the spells like this is that if you have 100% spell effectiveness and you've got 100 magnitude, and that's saying level 25, then it's actually in reality going to keep working on NPCs that are way higher levels. Like the level cap's not going to actually be there. But you need to do this if you're, getting to higher levels and you're using a lot of illusion spells, which on Master difficulty you probably will be. So that's just something to make sure you keep in mind when you're making spells. Alright, so now we have our restoration at Journeyman level, and from our save file, we're about an hour and 26 minutes in, and it's time to make a few spells. So the first one we're going to make is going to be a Paralyze spell, and we're going to go target, we'll go area 10 and duration 1. I'll call it Para Q. The thing with this is it's basically going to paralyze them, and then they're going to fall over and have to get up, so it's going to be longer than 1 second anyway, basically. So it's quite nice to have, and I've just gone 10 feet because it's fun, because then you can sometimes paralyze more than one target. So we'll create that one, and then next we will create a custom spell with the invisibility effect, and it's going to basically be a multi-effect spell. That's another really cool thing that you can do. You can have multiple effects on spells. We're going to do invisibility on self, and I'll do a duration of 8 seconds. And then I'll get a Restore Health effect on self, magnitude 3, and we'll do 8 seconds, just get a little top up of health if we end up needing it on there. And we'll also just do a little bit of fortify speed, and we'll just do speed self, and we'll just do 10, and for 8 seconds. And now we have a nice little spell, and we'll just call this hide heal go. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Alright, we'll create that. And then basically with that spell, I can pretty much be like, choom, I'm invisible now and I'm getting some heals. And oh, I need to cast it again, and boom. And just in case we need it, we're going to make a another invisibility spell, which is just going to be a 5-second self-invisibility. So I'll just call it 5i. And then that's just sort of to have a really like nice cheap one. Because then you've pretty much got a way to just like stay invisible if you want, because you can just go. And it's cheap enough that you can just keep recasting it. Alright, so we've got our invisibility spells sorted. So now I'm going to make some more illusion ones that are like Calm, Charm, Demoralize, and Frenzy. But on this, we're just going to go magnitude 100, and we'll just do duration 5. This is just a nice little, you know, calm them down for a second thing if you want it. Don't necessarily need this one, but, you know, can be nice to have. And we'll change that to target as well. So calm on target, level 25, 5 seconds. I'll just call it calm down. Okay, so we got our calm spell. Now I'll make a charm, and this is just going to be target, magnitude 100, duration 1. So this is basically a spell that you can use to make NPCs like you as much as they can, kind of, and then you just get better prices and stuff. It's just a really handy one to have because you cast it on them and then interact with them, so it brings up the dialogue stuff, and that pauses time. And that's also why the drain skill worked earlier when we were draining our illusion and alteration for training. It's the same thing because it's 1 second, but time's paused, so the effect just stays there. But anyway, we'll create that. And now we'll make a Demoralize, and this Demoralize is actually going to be a little bit of fun. We'll go target, magnitude 100, and we'll just go duration 1. And then we will go fortify attribute, and we're going to go speed, target 100, duration 1. And then this is basically going to be a nice little spell to get them to kind of run away for a second, but then they're also going to be running further and faster because their speed will be up. And it's a nice little sort of disruption one that you can cast on an enemy. And we'll just call this one run away. And we'll create that. Now we'll make a frenzy spell, and it's going to be target, magnitude 100. We'll do area 10 feet. And duration, let's do like 60, I guess. And we'll call this one Frenzy. And Frenzy is just quite fun because you can make a lot of different enemies and stuff fight each other. And then it's especially effective if you combine it with going invisible, because you can cast a Frenzy spell, go invisible, and just watch everything kind of fight each other to the death, which is really cool. So we're going to create that. And to be honest, the duration doesn't have to be that long, because I'm pretty sure once they're in combat, they stay in combat, but may as well. It's not very expensive, so we're going to make that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a little bit of spell stacking. I'll just give you a quick example, but this is another really, really powerful concept that you can do a lot of fun stuff with, and spell making basically unlocks a lot of it. So we're just going to go Fortify Acrobatics 100 on Self for 1 second, and I'll just call this Jump 1, and that will be fine. Actually, we'll do 4 seconds because we need to stack them together. So we'll do Jump 1, Fortify Acrobatics on Self, 100 points for 4 seconds, and then I'll just make another Fortify Acrobatics. And the thing is too, you can mix in stuff like Speed and Athletics onto the same spell, but I'm just going to purely do Acrobatics just to demonstrate. Jump 2, we'll call this one. And we'll do 2 seconds. Cool. Alright. So now if I go to my magic and I go Jump 1, Jump 2. So if I do my normal jump, not super high, let's do Jump 1. Ooh, we're getting higher. But now if I cast jump 1 and then I swap and I cast jump 2 and then I jump, you can see we're getting really high up. And basically the spell effects are stacking together. So I'll just cast them both again and then I'll quickly pause and I'll show you on here. You can see Fortify Acrobatics, it's at 200 points. That's because basically the way the spell stacking works is you can make multiple spells with the same effects and just call them something else, and then when those effects are applying on your character, they'll actually just add together. So you can do really fun things like, yeah, fortifying your acrobatics. You can do some really crazy overpowered stuff with some destruction magic, like weakness to fire, and then make a fireball spell, and you know, make multiple weaknesses to fire and weaknesses to magic and stack a bunch of them together. And you can basically do all sorts of crazy stuff with the spell stacking, and some of it's really fun and entertaining. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a quick example of some spell stacking so that you know that it's a thing and you can pretty much take advantage of it and make some really fun stuff. Okay, and I will just quickly make one more spell, which will be Fortify Speed. We'll do Self 100, duration 1, and we'll do Fortify Skill, and that will be Athletics, and that'll be Self and 101, and we'll just call this Dasher. And then basically now we have a little spell that we can be running along and cast that and just get a little burst of speed. Okay, so you're level 17 or higher. In this case we're level 18. So we can farm Transcendent Sigil Stones. I've made a video with a section about that, which is a bit more detailed, so I'll leave a link in the description. But in this video, I'll give you a more condensed version of the Sigil Stone farm. On this Breton, I'll grab 3 Fire, Frost, or Shock Shield Sigil Stones to hit the armor cap, and I'll get 4 Fortify Magicka Stones. Feel free to just grab 7 Fortify Magicka Stones and then just make a custom shield spell with 70 magnitude. It'll stack with the Lord Birth sign to hit the armor cap, and if you have Expert Alteration, you can make one with a long length. Or you can go for 2 Elemental Shield Stones and make a 20 magnitude shield spell, which you can make last longer for less Magicka. Fortify Health and Fortify Attribute Stones can also be a good choice. Don't worry about Resist Magic Stones, because we're going to be getting a Mundane Ring in the next step that will give us 50% magic resistance, which combined with being a Breton takes us to 100% magic res. We're going to be enchanting clothing, and the reason is because of spell effectiveness. As for which enchantment on which item, on screen now is what I'll be doing. On my amulet, I'll put a Fire, Frost, or Shock Shield for 25%. You can replace this later with a Fortify Magicka one if you'd like to. On the ring, I'll do the same, Fire, Frost, or Shock Shield. And same again, you can replace this later. The other ring slot will actually be taken up by the Mundane Ring, which gives 50% magic resist and 35% reflect spell. The wrist irons, I'm going to do Fortify Magicka, and the reason I'm putting this enchantment on is because it's one that I'm always going to want to wear, and the wrist irons are the only non-armor wrist item in the game, so you want to enchant them with something that you're always going to want to be using. On the hood, I'll do Fortify Magicka. The chest, or the shirt, I'll do Fortify Magicka, and on the legs, I'll do Fortify Magicka, and on the boots, Elemental Shield 25%, or again, you can swap this out later, or just do Fortify Magicka. Okay, so very quickly before we do get stuck into the gate farming, let's actually just go and buy some clothing quickly. So we're just going to pop over to the Imperial City Market District, visit the Mystic Emporium, maybe hit up Copious Coin Purse, and just get ourselves some clothing items. Okay, so here we are in the Imperial City Market District, and I'm going to go to Divine Elegance, and I'll probably also go to Rindir's Staves and Copious Coin Purse, because basically we want to buy some clothing for most of our, or all of our slots. So we need, you know, a hood, chest piece, pants, and boots, and then we've got our wrist irons on already, and they're going to be our basically wrist or hand item. And then we will need a ring and an amulet as well, so we'll go to the jewelers. Alright, let's see, what do I want? Let's go to the coin purse. Okay, what do you got? Okay, he's got a few things. I mean, I'll buy. Let's just go for the cheapies. We'll get a brass ring, and I'll just get a bronze necklace. Okay, so one more spot that you can actually possibly get a little bit of clothing is Nordwinds, up in Bruma. So that's where we are, and we'll just pop in and we'll buy some clothing. Get those. Okay, so I've decided what I'm going to go for looks-wise. I'm going to go gold trimmed shoes, green brocade doublet, green robe hood, and then we'll actually put on some tan linens. And this is going to be my look that I go for. And we got our wrist irons on. So there we go. Okay, so I've got my look sorted, and now we're ready to farm some Oblivion gates, basically. So I'm just going to show you a map on screen now with a bunch of Oblivion gates that are all the ones that will actually guaranteed spawn after we do the Kvatch gate. There's the map, and now we're ready to actually get cracking on this. So the first thing we're going to do is just really quickly head to the Priory and give Joffrey the amulet. We've got that. We've got the Find the Air quest now. So now we basically just head to Kvatch, and we'll go up to the gate at Kvatch and talk to Savli and Mattias, and then basically we'll go into the gate. Okay, so before we do go up to the gate, I'm just going to really quickly set up my spells. So I'll do 1, and I'll do 2 for my invisible spells, and then I might just put Dasher on 3, my Summon Dremora on 4, just in case. And that should be good. Talk to Savli and Mattias, or you just talk to him, and then you just say you want to help, and then he'll send us into the gate. This gate actually has a fixed layout, so we're just going to rush through this. And I'll really quickly just put one of my... I'll just set my jump skills up to 5 and 6. And then I'll just pop one of my acrobatic spells so that I can easily jump over that. On 7, and I'll put Frenzy on 8. We want to go through that door basically, but we're going to go out here first. And we'll paralyze this guy. And we'll pickpocket the key. And that's all we need to do. We can just head back out. And I'm just going to do a manual save here. And then we'll go visible again. And I'm going to click this. And as I do, I'm going to hit F5 to quick save. And then we can do the quick save, quick load shenanigans. And we'll go into our inventory and we'll see what we got. So what did we get? We got Fortify Magicka, which is actually one of the ones I want. So that's totally fine. So I'm just going to let the gate close. Or just get killed. And we got our Transcendent Stone. Not one we want, so we'll just load. So that's fine, because that's one of the ones we want. So I'm going to let the gate close. And just keep spamming my invisibility, so this annoying guy will leave me alone. And then we'll make this our active quest, because we actually want to go in here and get Martin. Because we need to do that to get the gate to spawn, basically, to get the next bunch of gates to spawn. So we'll just let these dudes fight. Okay, one thing we can quickly do now is enchant one of our items. I'm going to enchant my gold trimmed shoes, and I'm just going to call them OP boots. And now we can talk to Savli and Mattias because the battle's sort of done. You close the gate, sweet. And now we'll counterattack. I'm ready, let's go. Alright, so this is actually just a great opportunity to play around with some of your different spells. And now we'll help him clear the plaza. So we'll summon our Dremora. Maybe we'll demoralize this guy. Get out of here, you. Get out of here again. Maybe paralyze him. And you can see, you can pretty much do some, you can do some fun shenanigans with all this. If you need to, you can just go back out here And you'll slowly whittle stuff down, but also if you wait out here for an hour, you've got your Magicka back and you can kind of like summon some more Dremora dudes to help and stuff. And now these two should take him on and finish him off. There we go. Or we just talk to him and then he'll wake up. Alright, now he just goes into the chapel. Alright, so here we are in the chapel. And now we can go and talk to Martin and he'll follow us. Come with me. And then he'll come with us. So we'll go back to Wayne and Priory and help out there. As you can see, Wayne and Priory. Oh no, it's under attack. Get out of here, you. Get paralyzed. Basically now we just go to the chapel.
Your timing is excellent. I'll take the one on the right.
Not if I paralyze everybody. Haha.
Paradise
Cool.
awaits me.
Now we talk to Joffrey. Dun 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 dun. I'll let Joffrey go in first, just to make sure things go smoothly. Amulet of Kings is gone. Okay, and now they basically want to go to Cloud Ruler Temple. But yeah, let's just fast travel up to Cloud Ruler Temple. And then this will trigger this little cutscene. Just let the cutscene play out.
We'd all best get back to our duties, eh, Captain?
Alright, now Martin will talk to us. We finished the quest and they're not following us anymore, so we're ready to continue on. Okay, so I'm here back at Frostcrag Spire, and just in front of me to the east is a Oblivion Gate. Now, I'll show you the map one more time here, just so you've got the reference, again, with all the Oblivion Gates that you can basically farm at this point that are guaranteed to be there. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and get in there, and we're going to do a save before we go in, because an important thing to show you here is that you can actually reset the layout of the Oblivion Gates. So I'm just going to sneak on up here and be invisible, and we'll just pop a save here. And basically, you can go into the gate, just ignore that visual bug. So you go into the gate and you see if you get a layout you like. Okay, so we don't like this layout, so I can just go load game, and I'll just load my save, and we'll walk into the gate again. And basically you just want to try and get a layout with just one central tower with nothing connecting to it that's easy to get to. There's a couple of them like that. Alright, perfect. This is a nice easy one. So we've got one with the tower there. I'm just going to super quickly run through it. But yeah, basically this is the kind of thing you want. Just one of the ones that's easy to get to the central tower. And that's not going to give you much grief. And you can just easily walk up and get inside, basically. Alright, so I'll pop another manual save. And we'll go up to the stone. And I'll click it. And I'll pop a quick save. And we'll see what we get. Fortify fatigue, not one we need, so we quick load. Okay, so just like that, we've done a couple of gates and we've got a couple of enchantments. At this point, I think you kind of get the idea. I've shown you the map of where the gates are. We've done the Kvatch gate. We've done one of the other gate layouts. I've shown you the trick of how you can reset the Plains of Oblivion layouts by just reloading before you first enter a gate. And you can then just choose whichever layout you want to do. And then we've also done the quick save, quick load sigil stone reset trick, so you can use that to just get the specific sigil stones that you're after. So I'm going to basically just do the rest off video and then come back for the next step. Alright, so here we are, and we are about 2.5 hours into this, and we have our enchantments done with our nice fortified Magicka and our shields and stuff. We're at the armor cap. And now we're going to basically really quickly level ourselves up to level 22. And then we're going to do a little bit of main quest. So little minor spoiler for some main quest stuff. We will be following a little bit of that. But I'm just going to show you the tiny segment that I actually need to. And let you kind of just do the rest on your own. Because it's fairly easy to do. Let's go ahead and travel back to the Chorrol Mages Guild. Alright, here we are in the Chorrol Mages Guild, and I've waited so Afrigar's around offering his services. Now, basically, we're going to be doing we've done our training for this level, but basically what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be leveling our Conjuration by summoning our Dremora and then training Alteration at Afrigar. But I'm just going to go ahead and quickly level up. And now we will
Ever thought of joining?
actually equip our Alteration Drain spell again. I'll just put that on number 8.
The Fighters Guild.
I've often thought
Drain
about
that.
this. What can I do?
And we'll get our training for the
Got a lot to
level.
learn. Good
And
day.
now we will just conjure our Dremora. And just keep doing this.
Greetings, Bretons.
How are you today?
And leveling our conjuration skill. And then we just wait for an hour. And you can see we're leveling our conjuration pretty quickly. And as our conjuration and alteration skills get higher, they're actually going to contribute more to our level up. So it won't actually take too long to get to level 22. Alright, there we go. So we'll go upstairs and sleep, and then we'll get our training again from Athragar. Boom. And on the way down, we'll just keep casting this. Hey, and now we're at expert level conjuration, which is perfect, because we're actually going to buy a Frost Atronach summon from Athragar. So we'll go ahead and we'll buy summon Frost Atronach. Equip that now. And we'll summon this guy instead. And also we'll do our alteration training while we're here. Don't forget that.
Good that you want to
Boom,
get
boom, 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 boom. Beautiful. Now our alteration 70. And let's get to conjuring our Frosty Boy. And you can see that that's very quickly going to level us up. Our conjuration skill. Boom. Boom. Literally 2 casts and we're gaining a skill level.
How do you do?
Alright, there we go. We are a level up. Alright,
to
he's on
see
his
you.
way, so we'll sleep. Do, 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 do.
Pay attention.
Boom, 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 boom,
Learn a
boom.
lot.
Hey, expert alteration level. Not bad, not bad.
Bye.
We're currently level 21, so this is going to be our last level up that we're working towards.
What is it, associate?
Hey, there we go. We're a master of conjuration. Okay, so we've hit 100 conjuration and we're not quite a level up. So now we're just going to level a little bit of restoration. And we've got our custom heal spell from earlier. So we'll just do a little bit of this.
Flood water recently. I steered clear of them.
I avoid those things whenever I can. Hello.
Anytime now.
I'm going to in an uproar. First the travel attack. Now the frost.
And we'll just go upstairs to get ready to hop into bed. Hey, there we go. And now we're going to hop in bed and level up to level 22, which is the level we needed to get to. Beautiful. And on our way out, we will also just get 5 more points of alteration from Athragar.
Good that you want to get
Boom, 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 boom. We've got 80 alteration.
Take care.
Okay, so here we are, and we are about 2 hours 45 minutes in, and we have basically got ourselves 100 alchemy, 100 conjuration, 100 illusion, 80 alteration, and our other skills are in pretty good nick as well. We are level 22. This is the main one, and now that we are level 22, we are actually ready to just follow the main quest line, and then eventually we will get the Mundane ring from Raven Cameron. So I'm going to do that now. So let's make our Path of Dawn the main quest. And we're going to go back up to Cloud Ruler, talk to Joffrey, and then he's going to send us to the Imperial City to talk to Boris, and we'll go and do that.
You have proven yourself. The blades are sworn.
There we go.
Give my warm regard.
Now we go and meet up with Boris. Do, 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 do.
You sit down. You look like a bright one. For enchanting supplies, though.
Bye.
There we go. Now we can talk to Boris.
Search his body. I'll keep.
Oh, I will search his body. Oh, what's this? Mythic Dawn commentaries.
If you learn, I hope you learn something.
Now
from
we go
Carmina.
talk to Tarmina. There she is.
Ah, it was so
Alright,
nice.
now we go first edition. To the market district we go. And we'll just wait. In we go. This is actually a fun opportunity to show you the charm spell in action as well. So I'll equip that. And first, let's pop a quick save.
I'm Phintius. I'm afraid I couldn't sell it to you for.
And then I just cast that on him.
It's my pleasure.
And now he likes us heaps. Ask him about it
Very
again.
Well, I hate to deny a dedicated.
We should wait for Gwyneth to come and see us. I'll just wait for an hour and see if he comes.
You look skilled in alteration.
Oh, there he is.
What do
Alright.
you want? I don't want to talk about it.
What's going on with you?
Alright, so now we're back outside and we talked to Gwyneth, and it's time to go and talk to Boris again. Let's talk to Boris.
You're not easy.
Mythic Dawn
This
meeting.
just might be-
And now
Follow me.
it's time to go into the sewers.
There's something strange.
Just gotta make our way through the sewers. So the reason we got to level 22 is because the NPC that we're going to kill is guaranteed to drop a mundane ring if you're level 22 when you do this. Okay, here we go.
Remember, we must not.
Alright. Now we just wait for the dude to show up. And then we fight.
System! Quickly now.
I do not fear death.
Watch the flank.
Die, unbeliever!
Only the truth is
And now Raven Cameron's dead. So this is what we've been waiting for. We have got the Mundane Ring. Extremely powerful ring, and it's guaranteed to drop on him if you're level 22 when you do this. So with that, we are actually done. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, so here we are back outside, and we have the Mundane Ring, and I've equipped it. So we've got our Mundane Ring giving us 35% Reflect Spell, 50% Resist Magic. We've got our OP Amulet giving us Fire Shield 25%, OP Boots, Frost Shield 25%, OP Hood giving us 50 Magicka, Irons giving us 50 Magicka, Pants giving us 50 Magicka, and a ring giving us 25 Shock Shield, and a shirt giving us 45 Magicka. And we are done. We are officially done. So if I look at my character here, we're level 22. We've got some really nice attributes going. Maxed intelligence and willpower and endurance. You know, agility and speed getting up there. Some strength. Alchemy 100, 80 alteration, 100 conjuration, 100 illusion, some destruction and restoration mercantile. They're going all right. And I'll pop a save. And we are only about just over 3 hours in. So we're just over 3 hours in, and we have hit the armor cap. And also we are at 100% resist magic, even more so because we got the Lord Birth sign. And we got 250 extra Magicka from our enchantments and from our Breton race bonus. So yeah, Breton's OP, Spellmaking is OP, and this whole thing is just ridiculous. And you can super quickly get yourself set up within 2 to 3 hours basically. And this is on master difficulty as well. So yeah. Crazy stuff. Absolutely nuts. But anyway, that is going to be it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've learned some interesting or fun things in this video, and, you know, hopefully you've enjoyed it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day or night, whichever it may be, and I will see you in the next video.